I'm going to record this. So if at all you guys want to revisit this meeting to see, I'll share the link so that you guys can see it as well. So in the future. Okay, so
Yes.
I'll hand it over to you all. So, Coach, I think if you could introduce yourself first, and then Pradeep can then follow through.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hi, so I'm Volker Meyer. Um, at Peaks Coaching Group Germany is basically my company, and I coach since 2017 full time. Before that, I was a pilot in the German Air Force, and while being a pilot, I was stationed in America. That's how I met Hunter Allen. You probably all heard of him by now, since of the power meter training. And he basically wrote the Bible about it, right? So I met him, and we got friends. And so after a while, he said, "Hey, why don't you open up a shop in Germany for coaching?" That's in short my introduction. If you want to know in depth, I can give you more. But my main interests are obviously I did a lot of triathlons as well, Olympic triathlons, most of them, and then the other real heavy passions are basically road biking and mountain biking. That's where I come from the mountain bike world. So yeah, if you have any further questions, just ask. But I think it's good for now from my side.
Yeah, I saw your videos in with Bike Venki, and I yeah.
So you know.
Yeah. You are a pilot, and was started, and then I saw everything. Like it's a
Okay,
1 hour
excellent.
video.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Bala, actually, basically from Chennai, but
Mm-hmm.
I just moved to UAE for the last 3 years.
Correct. Yeah, that's what you wrote me. Yeah.
Yeah. And my main intention is like I want to do LEL, London, Edinburgh, London, on this
Yeah, I
coming.
know.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's a 1,500 kilometer, right? And the main challenge for me is I'm just recovering from the knee surgery. Just 4 months back, I was diagnosed with HTO. It's a high tibial osteomo. It's might like I as I write, it was a semi-major surgery, and I have a plate on my knee, in my lower tibia. So I can ride now. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
do some 100 kilometer rides, maybe 3-4 times after surgery now. Yeah, but I want to build the endurance, and I want to do complete this LEL. It's a self challenge for me. So this is my
Mm-hmm.
thing. Yeah.
And you're already registered, right? Because the registration, I think, is
Yeah. Registration. I already did the
okay.
registration.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
got the confirmation, and
Correct. Yeah.
currently my visa is my passport is in VFS office. Once I get
Okay.
the passport, I will book the
Mm-hmm.
tickets. That's it.
Yeah. So you're looking for basically good power numbers and stamina, right? That's
Yes.
the stamina is the main part basically of all that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And one main part I can tell you right away, since I have had athletes before in the LEL, it's always a matter of eating and drinking on the bike, staying hydrated and staying fueled all the time, basically.
Yes.
Otherwise, it just
It's a
doesn't.
mind.
Either it doesn't feel good or you don't finish. Yeah, that's really a big thing, right?
Yes. So I just want to hear from you, like how I can do all the nutrition in the bike itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you have time, when
Oh
we
yeah,
have time, actually, like we have 4 months, 4.5 months time still to get into that.
correct. Correct. And the other thing is like what we do this week, and since you all basically halfway started,
Yeah.
we do the testing as well. So I know what kind of power figures there are. So I know which kind of kilocalories you're basically using, and that's obviously the main driver of the fueling plan, right?
Okay. But
Yeah.
the thing is now, currently, maybe I may not able to give my 100% because still I'm not fully recovered from the injury. So
Yeah. I
I
know.
don't know. Maybe I can give my best, and I last training I did but I can maximum I can give my 90 percentage. I think with my training. I can give my best. I will do this test week this week fully. I will try to complete and I will try to give my best.
Okay, yeah. You should still be possible, or it should still be possible because it's still not like strength training, right? It's not so strenuous the exercise, since it's cycling motion as well. It's a lot smoother on you than any of the strength training 1 repetition maximum, for example, could be. Yeah. So should still work. I mean, if you can.
I think it should work. I saw the trainings. I think I can able to do. I hope so.
Oh yeah. And if you can do 100K, then I'm sure you can do those tests as well. No factor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Volker. Good evening.
Hi.
I've just joined a bit late. I'm Anand. How are you, Volker? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just finished work and I've just come back home.
Okay.
That's was a bit late to.
Me and Anand is in same region. We are in Abu Dhabi. He's a doctor. Just for your information.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not keen to be known as a doctor.
Okay.
Because the moment you say I'm a doctor, if I say I'm a doctor, people think that I'm coming with a baggage,
But it's medical doctor, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay. Can you give me 1 minute, please? I'm back in 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Anand, I couldn't able to lift your call.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You just started the meeting.
Started. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I just escaped my memory. So thanks for reminding me of this meeting. I just called you, Bala, to say my indoor trainers arrived.
Oh.
My new has arrived, so I have to.
I think there is one more participation. Pradeep. Hi, Pradeep.
Yeah. Hi, Balaji. Hi.
Hi, Pradeep. I'm Anand. How are you?
Hi, Anand. I'm very good. Thank you. Yourself?
Hi, I'm back, guys. Sorry for that.
I'm good. Good. Real good.
So
Anand, your camera is like switching off and switching on again and again repeatedly.
No. I think automatically in Teams.
Okay.
Whoever the speaker is, that camera will be on.
Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes it can be like that.
So yeah, who's the next? Who's the next guy? Eliel?
I just started. I started. So Anand. So I'm an old man,
So you don't want to degenerate any further, or what?
I'm definitely not trying to defy my age, but
yeah, that's good.
I'm just a cyclist. That's it. As a hobby, I do cycling as a hobby.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call myself an enthusiastic cyclist. That's what I am. But for some reason, I've signed up to this London Challenge. Yeah, probably you can call that I'm going through a midlife crisis. Not knowing what to do. So I don't know what I've signed myself up for. But anyway, I've done it. I'm hoping you can help me.
Yeah.
Complete it successfully. Yes.
Yeah. A few things about like long distance riding, right? Obviously, power matters as well, for sure, right?
Of course.
So the better your condition is, the better you can sustain it. The other thing about it is I mean, you don't have to be like a pro cyclist doing a lot of mountain stages, right? And you don't have to be prepared for that, since some extra kilo, you're kind of suffering. Obviously, the LEL has some elevation figures to it, right? But
Yes.
you're kind of suffering a little bit with a higher weight. But on the other hand, you don't have to win the 7th stage of the Tour de France, right? So you don't have to be the fastest, but you have to sustain it. So so this really helps, because it wouldn't make sense now for all of you doing or wanting to do the LEL, right? And who are registered in the LEL. It doesn't make sense to basically lean up as much as you can. That would be that's cool, right? But that would be some for some it would be like, I need to be as light as I can, right? And yeah, but you lose some of your stamina and some of the resistance, right? To be able to do it day by day, right? And repeat the hard effort, right? So sometimes if you have a little bit more body mass, it might also be fat. I mean, we don't look for fat if we look for body masses, but it might even be a little bit more fat, but it'll also help you there, right?
Yeah, you need some energy, don't you?
Correct. Yeah, and you'll also not freeze to death. you got that buffer working for you as well.
No, interestingly, what they found is, if you look at all the over the years, hundreds of years, if you look at people who have survived catastrophes and calamities, are more often fat people.
Well, if
there's a major catastrophe or calamity, like for example, there's been a major earthquake and someone is stuck under the rubble of a collapsed building.
Yeah.
It's more likely that fat people will survive than lean people.
Correct. If the fat are thin, the thin are dead.
Yes. One, it cushions them. Two, there's enough fat for them to burn.
Correct. Yeah, that sums it up
and not
pretty
die
good.
of hunger.
Yeah. I know that study too, and it's not only with catastrophes, it's also with illnesses sometimes as well, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have like a small buffer of energy on your body, doesn't help. But obviously, well, yeah, we know the other things too, right? If you look at some of the, well, especially American problems, right? It might ruin your joints as well, but yeah, in a kind of healthy way, it's okay to have a little bit more of a body fat mass with you. Correct. Yeah.
There's a reading article, and they said that on an average, when you're doing endurance races like this, you lose anywhere between 4 to 5 kilos per day.
Correct. Yeah. And you can eat it up. So you since there'll always be a little bit of protein burn as well. Another lesson for you now. Since you always, if you do an LEL or if you do an extended period of time of demanding energy
for body metabolism. That's what
correct. Yeah.
You can't do anything about it. So you will lose fat and muscle as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, predominantly what you're losing is water. Especially the first 2 days, you're losing water predominantly.
Correct. Yeah.
The 4 kilos that you lose per day, the first 2 kilos you lost is water, dehydration.
Yes. Yeah. And also the carbo stores in your body will be low, and since the carb stores also require water to hold it inside the cell, right? That's what you lose first, and that's mainly water. Correct.
So that's why they always say hydration is more important than nutrition, because your body has got enough fat reserves and protein reserves to last you for 7-10 days.
Correct.
But if you don't have water, then it becomes a major problem.
Yeah.
Hopefully along the way, in the next 4 months, you will teach us what to do and what not to do. More importantly, and we'll pick up a few good habits.
Oh yeah,
and lose extra couple of pounds in weight.
Yeah,
become a bit lighter.
Let's put it in a or I always put it in another way, because you might be light enough for now, right? But you might be 60 kgs and maybe are one
joking,
meter,
man.
1 meter 75. But what I always say is, if you look better in the mirror, that's the interesting part, right? If you look at yourself and you look leaner, that's better than looking at a scale.
Weighing scale, correct. Correct.
Yeah. So you basically just need a mirror. That's it. That's all you need.
I've got plenty of that. I've got life-size mirrors all around.
Yeah, but that's the first thing you should do. Throw the scale away. Don't go for these numbers, but look at the mirror and you'll see if you have like fat on the belly or
The thing is, basically what happens is, yes, initially you might lose some weight, but if you train regularly, like what you're going to do to us, you actually gain muscle.
Yeah, and the composition will change totally. Correct.
Totally.
Absolutely.
The composition changes. The weight might stay. Yeah. You might lose a couple of kilos, a few kilos of weight, but what happens is, after losing a few kilos of weight, then the weight will stay steady, because what is happening, you lose fat, but you're gaining muscle. You'll be gaining muscle. So that's what happens all the time.
That's what we want. Yeah, correct. Yeah. And some are even or another good thing about what you can learn right away now is coming into the LEL, we will do a carbo loading process, right? And in that process, you'll see within the last 4 days or so that you might gain up to 3 kgs, right?
Yes, correct.
And it's just the carbs and the water which is stored inside your body. But that's a great sign then. And yeah, so, some I saw or some I heard, they're calling me, hey, I'm gaining weight. What's happening? Am I getting too fat? And I say, well, no. It's not the fat now. Within a couple of days of the event, it's just purely the energy you want to carry with you. That's great. Yeah. And you'll lose that anyway, as we've said a minute ago.
Yeah. Just first 2 days you lose all that weight. That's it. You lose that within 2 days, and then you're relying on your reserves. That's it. You have to learn to replenish the reserves. Yeah.
So
hopefully.
So one main thing to take away out of this call at least would be you need all of you. You need to start every 20 minutes to eat at least a little bit on the bike, right?
On the bike,
or at least remind yourself to eat something. Okay, if it's not the right time on the bike, you'll also know if a climb just started, right, and it's tough, and you need to hold onto the handlebars. That might be one thing, right, where you cannot eat. But every 20 minutes, have a reminder, have a timer set, right, just to remind you, hey, did I drink enough? Did I eat anything? And then every 20 minutes, this should come back, and this should remind you of doing the right thing, right, of eating and drinking.
Yeah, because actually the Garmin device can do that for you. It reminds you.
That's what I have. I have like a 15-minute timer for drinking and a 20-minute timer for eating. That's what I always ride along with. Yes, absolutely. That's what you should do too. Yeah,
because I've got it like 20-minute timer for water drinking and 40-minute timer for eating.
Yeah, do it more.
No, I know, but I just chose whatever it suggested to me.
Yeah.
So there's no science to it. I just thought, okay, it's nice to have a reminder, but But often you don't need, but for something like the LEL, you will need to follow that. But
absolutely, yeah, because you will forget. You will forget.
Yeah, but if I'm just doing 100, 150K once a week, I don't have to do that desperately,
But also in preparation now, still get in the habit of doing it, and you also train your gut. That's the main.
Correct. That's more important. That's more important. Yeah. You have to train your gut and your because what I have realized is that if my heart rate is more than 160, and if I eat and if my heart rate stays at that level, it doesn't get absorbed. It does not get absorbed. So
and you also feel, it doesn't feel right. Let's put it that way, right? To eat then, because you're getting kind of sickish. Doesn't feel right to the gut.
Well, what happens is when the heart rate is that high, all the oxygen and the blood supply is still going to the muscles.
Right.
Rather than going to the gut. For it to absorb it. So whereas if the heart rate is lower, then it'll get absorbed. So that's why I've realized. So I said I always make sure I eat when my heart rate is lower, like 130, 140, I'm fine. And if I know that it's going to be staying like that for the next 20 minutes, I eat. I just choose the time. I know. So that's why you need to know what the route is going to be like and what you're going to do for the next 20 minutes, half an hour. Because if you're going to hit a hill next 20 minutes, half an hour, there's no point eating it, drinking.
And sometimes if you do super long rides, it's
hopefully we'll be fine.
If you do long rides.
Thank you, Coach Volker. Thank you. You've been very kind.
Sure. Any
I have some it may be basic questions, not questions currently we are using some bikes actually, but do you suggest aero bars? Because I never used to be a aero bar riders actually. So you suggest us to practice with the aero bar also for the long distance?
What you might want to have is like just to have the aero option, right? But with aero bars, you don't want to do those super long rides, right? Because there will still be times where you need to do a good downhill, right? There's a downhill part in it, and you need maybe to go around some turns. And it's always better to have just a normal road bike setup for that. But if and I'm not sure honestly, do they allow it in the LEL to have like horns as well?
Yeah, they have a limitation actually. You cannot use like a TT bike aero bar, but you can use the aero bar. But you can use the aero bar. There is specification. Specified aero bars are allowed.
But I would use those additional ones instead of just getting rid of the normal positions you already know from the road bike. I would always tend to want to have a road bike setup, a basic road bike setup, and then maybe add some bars to that to give me a kind of slightly better aero position in parts when it's just straight shot right down the road.
I'm just asking adding the aero bars in the road bike. We have a road bike only, just adding the aero bars.
If you want to try that, try it, but you also can do it completely on a road bike without any bars.
Because I did PBB, that's also kind of LEL 1200 with 12,000 meter elevation. It's a normal road bike setup, but I had some difficulties. Like my small finger got numbed for almost a month. So I thought, so post ride I had some like this kind of issues actually. So I'm not sure. I don't know, like if I use aero bars or something like that, so I can get rid of this kind of issues. That's my doubt.
It's just, I think it's also like if you have the timer set up on the computer now for you, and maybe it's also a reminder to change hand positions, even if the hand position now
this is good idea.
Because even if the hand position feels great at that time when the timer starts, right? It's still advisable to change it and then change it back and change it forth and back, because if you change it all the time, right, it's like the joints, they are not only exposed to one position, but they have like super a lot of different positions, right? And if you change it super often, you basically are great after a few hours on the bike and don't feel anything, right? Just because you spared the one position on the joint where it's getting hit all the time.
Yeah, this is good idea, because sometimes physically, like mentally, we won't be present. Physically present, just riding the bike, but we will think something else and we will forget this. Yes, you are right.
Yeah. Well, because actually at some point, even if you're in the flow, right, you need still to have some reminders, because otherwise you're in the flow for some time, and then and if something hurts on the body, then the flow stops, right?
We will not understand. Yeah. This is the good idea. This makes sense, actually. Yes.
I think one important technique that we have to follow is keep the elbows bent. If you keep the elbows bent, the chances of you having numb hand is less.
Yes. Yeah.
But it is difficult to maintain an aggressive position like that, keeping your elbows bent for long.
Try to get the elbows out, because if you think about getting the elbow out, then it's at least a super slight bend in the elbow, and you're all the time you're able to absorb those
vibrations,
the roughness of the terrain. Correct.
Correct.
So I think we have Pradeep also here.
Yeah. Hi, Volker. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Sorry, Pradeep. We took a lot of time. Sorry for that.
No problem. No, so by way of introduction, quickly, I am 55 years old. I took up cycling.
Look at the number of helmets at the back there, man.
That's not helmets. A lot of them are caps.
Got a collection.
No, there are only 3 helmets. So I took up cycling exactly 2 months back, and from scratch. I had no idea of what cycling was. I went to the shop and bought myself a flat bar cycle, which the shop guy recommended. And then I hated it. But yeah, then somebody lent me a drop bar cycle, loved it. And then I never looked back. So I went to Sri, he did a bike fitment, I bought a nice bike. And I've suddenly seemed to fallen in love with cycling. And I seem to want to push for performance. I don't have a target of a race or an event.
It's an expensive hobby.
It can be, but I'm loving it. I mean, I do have other expensive hobbies. I'm into motorcycling, into off-roading. Those can be very expensive as well. So, so the good thing is I've been on a weight loss program for the last year and a half. I've lost 20 kilos, and cycling seems to be the last stage of that journey of getting into some sort of athletic activity. So cycling is more for me a hobby. It's becoming a passion, at least for now. I cycle every alternate day. The longest I've done so far is only 50 kilometers. But I want to understand the technicalities of cycling, of performance cycling, more from a weight loss, not from a weight loss, from an endurance perspective, from a health perspective. So I struggled to interpret. So first of all, I don't even have a power meter or a heart rate monitor. It's just been delivered today. Hopefully from the next ride, I will use it. I have a head unit, which is the Majin. It kind of, I've only done two of the programs so far. And the second one, I got a better idea of just guessing what it is. And when you're short-sighted, without spectacles, reading the head unit is tough. So that is one of the issues I have. And generally understanding what this whole program is all about. I'm just blindly following it. Hopefully it'll make sense as we go along.
Yeah. So first of all, welcome to your new life at 55, starting cycling. Now the real life starts.
Absolutely.
So no, it's a great sport, and a great sport to gain fitness as well, as you've mentioned. What I suggest initially for you though would be, if you don't blindly follow the workouts initially, right? It's not anything to worry about. So don't stare at your computer head all the time, right? Just go by feel a little bit. Maybe just look down, or at least try to look down only maybe every 30 seconds or so, right? Because otherwise it's like a trap, right? You become trapped with your eyes on the computer head. So I rather have you kind of follow the workouts a bit, but yeah, enjoy riding, and also if you're riding motorcycles and all that, yeah, just get a feel for the bike, because then you know already some handling things, right? That makes it easier, and within a few weeks you'll definitely have a feel for the intensity, right? If it's being defined by heart rate or if it's being defined by power, it doesn't matter initially, right? Just yeah, just enjoy, follow the workouts initially, and then we will do the retesting anyway, every few weeks, right? So, or every few months, I should say, and then you'll see fitness changes, and then the tests become more natural if you've ridden for weeks, then, right? Yeah, but
Yeah, actually, the test today,
Mhm.
I don't even know how I performed against it, because I don't have the power meter or the heart rate meter monitor.
yeah,
Felt easy for me, because for the last couple of months, for some reason, I've been pushing really hard, and with some of the people I ride with occasionally, I seem to outperform them,
Mhm.
even though they're younger people and they've been riding for longer. So something about my enthusiasm is taking me to a point of pushing hard. So
No,
yeah.
you're just
uh,
showing off.
no, no, it's not that. It's just that I'm
You
surprised
are.
with myself.
Oh, you are. No, you are. You're not. You're not modest, mate. You're not modest at all.
Uh,
You're just showing off.
okay, so be it. So be it.
Yeah. Well, then you need a power meter soon, man.
Yeah, no, it's
Because
getting fitted. It's getting fitted today.
yeah. Well, the cool thing about having both, right, the heart rate monitor and the power meter, is basically with the heart rate monitor, you just know what how your body reacts to the intensity, right? And with the power meter, you can really define how high was the intensity, right? Because heart rate is only a reaction of your body, right? And
Mhm.
as you know, I mean, caffeine plays a role,
Yeah.
temperature plays a role, everything plays a role, right? That's why we want to have those this baseline with a power meter. I mean, that's excellent. If you have one soon, then yeah, you'll know pretty soon on how to dial efforts in, and
Okay.
when you overdid it and why. You'll feel that pretty soon if you have kind of that feedback as well with you. Cool, awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, and coach, one more thing is like the ride I did last time. I was not able to see how I performed against your training. Like, am I
There's a
audible?
secret. There's a secret, Balaji.
No, wait, Anand. Chala, like, I'm not able to see the exact thing because the training peaks. Maybe I don't know whether we need the uh, paid version or I don't know. I'm not sure
No,
about that.
no. You don't need a paid version. You can always look at your ride data, and there should be a basically the training or the workout I put in, right, should be as a block, visible as a block inside that workout you generated, or inside that ride you
Yeah.
generated. Yeah, so
Because
just
I saw after my ride, I saw there is a chart actually, but I cannot able to see. It was telling that to see this chart, maybe I have to upgrade. I'm getting
what?
message like that. Yes. I can
Okay,
send the screenshot today, maybe once I
yeah,
complete my ride today. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing wrong. I'm seeing in the wrong place or not. I'm not sure about that.
yeah,
I will check. I will just check. Maybe with the Stevenson, I will ride and then I will just take a help from him.
yeah. I mean, to have the full operational training Peaks account, you need to have the premium one, right? That's when you also get access to basically their Swift version, right?
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
indoor cycling version
There
of
was
it.
some True Vision something version I saw. Yeah, True View something. Yeah.
So you might elect to do that. Honestly, that's what I do. Okay, I'm
But
not a frequent user of Swift anymore. Okay, since the Training Peaks virtual is really good and really good for workouts as well. So yeah.
and you can able to see our performance. Like for example, day before yesterday I did. You can see how whatever you given the watts and whatever what we
Yeah.
generated.
And
Then
after that, after this week, right, I'll get into all of your data and then basically adjust all your zones and levels in Training Peaks, right? I'll do that, yes, at the end of the week.
yeah. Thank you. I will just try to figure out one more time today. If not, then I will see. Okay. If required, then we can upgrade to Training Peaks. If it is really required, then we can do that also. No problem. Thanks, Coach.
Sure.
So basically, Coach, your feedback to us will be through the app, is it?
Yeah. You can also shoot me a WhatsApp, but through the app is always great because now we talk about a certain workout and we stick to that workout, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we see all of the answers and questions for that workout on the workout block. That's the cool thing about it. So we know what we're talking about.
Okay. Cool.
I think it's fine. Like we have to do now work on the training. That's it. Then only we will come to know where we are.
Eat.
As simple as that. Get on with it.
Yeah, work hard and eat. That's what you need to do. Correct. Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much, Volker. Thank you. Looking forward to working with you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Hopefully I'll be on my bike sometime next week.
Yeah.
And then I'll get warmed up a bit, and then I'll probably start in April the program.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good. So
all right.
Here I talk to you soon.
What is your expectation from us? Like what we are expecting from us? We will try to do that.
400 watts, half an hour.
400 watts. Now your name will be changed to Volker Watts.
No, but I mean, at some point, right? So usually what I saw with other groups, right? It's after about half a year or a year of training, right? If you basically do the workouts as assigned, right? Then if you have done every workout and haven't skipped a lot of them, like let's say having performed 90% of the workouts as prescribed, right? That's actually the time when you can add some endurance miles. You can always add them right now as well, but at that time, that's when the changes are also in increasing the volume, right? Because initially what I see is like the volume is good enough for you for half a year to a year, because now we also deal with it. You also have to deal with intensity, right? And the volume is like not only defined by the kilometers, right? It's also some hard and some easy ones, some easy kilometers involved in that. So if you can always add some endurance miles, but don't be harder on your body than that, because otherwise, it would be too much, especially in the beginning, right? And then after half a year, you probably feel okay.